Hello and welcome back to Satisfactory. In our last episode, we finished setting up the pipes and beams, I believe, and then we moved on down here to try and start setting up some of the other stuff. We had done some of the work for running the belts and the splitters and stuff here for Caterium wire. Yeah, fused Caterium wire, but we hadn't finished it. I finished laying out all of the splitters. And I also brought the Caterium down on its Mark II belt and split it in both directions. And I laid out the splitters for the regular fused wire here and the Alclad Aluminum Sheets here. I didn't do what we need here for the cable yet. So the first thing we need to do is start connecting up all these machines. Oh, and I also set all the recipes and prepped power poles as well. So, a little bit of progress, not a lot, but a little bit. So we need to get these guys rolling. Each one of these machines is going to need 7.5 Caterium and 37.5 copper. So that's a Mark I lift for all of them, which is good. Well, for all of these, and then of course a Mark I belt for the others. That's the end of that one. There. And this is why I laid out, oopsie. This is why I built the plates, steel coated plates, a couple episodes ago because we needed them. Technically, this one actually doesn't need to be a splitter. Let's not do a splitter. Goes in there. So this is Caterium. Caterium's on the lower one. Caterium is 7.5. So I think we're going to need just a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 means that our Caterium is only about less than 40, 37.5. So we can do this. And then this. And that should take care of those. And then the copper being 37.5. That puts us at 75. Hopefully my quick mental math ends up being correct. And then 112.5. I think. And then 150. And then, well, it's going to be definitely less than 270 anyway. 187.5, if all the math works out correctly. So we have all that. We just need to hook up power then. So I fixed or straightened out or neatened up the power bus being here along this edge. So I just need to connect up power lines. Oopsie, not you. It goes there, there. I normally don't like using a power pole for each machine. I usually like doing like one power pole to 2 machines. And I suppose I probably could have pulled that off here. But this makes sure that it works. So those are all green, and we just need to do the other side. As long as I can do the same mental math twice in a row, we're in good shape. You go there. Actually, this one's shorter, so it's even less mental math. Goes here. Because this one is one machine fewer. Alright, so we have Caterium on the bottom, so that one's definitely not going to exceed 60. The other one didn't, this one doesn't. And then we go here. And then the copper is once again 37.5. And then 75. And then 112 and whatever. And finally 150 means we need a Mark III belt here. That should take care of the copper. And then I need to have a power pole here. That power pole is for what's behind us, which is the regular wire. But I still want it connected. Obviously. Here. This one goes here. Now we should have all green or yellow flashing. Yep. Excellent. And that takes care of, hopefully, Caterium, fused Caterium wire. That one's running. I think we're all good. I can go ahead and join these in. These each bring out 90. Oh, I forgot about this. This is going to be the fun one. Let's see. Mark II's out of each machine. This one actually needs to go onto 2 separate bus belts. And if you do 90 times 9, you'll know why. Because there's no belt that can handle 810 items. So what I'm going to do is take that last machine up to a different level, and those will wind up going onto a different bus lane, or a different bus belt. So 90 and 90 is 180, and 90 and 90 is 360. Is here then, and 90 and 90 again is 540. Is here, and 90 and 90 again is 720, which is still this one. So actually we don't need a splitter merger here, rather we need to have this one be up at least this high. And I don't know exactly where it's going to go yet, but I'm going to put it up there, and then coming out of here would be another Mark V belt. Coming out of here would be a Mark II lift going up to wherever, taking this over to the bus, and this one going over to the bus on a different level. So that'll be that. Yeah. Making a massive amount. That's the short of it. Alright, so let's go ahead and hook up regular wire now. These take 12 copper and 3 Caterium per minute. So the hookup is the same. Yeah. Here. Of course. And it was only 3 Caterium, so we definitely don't need more than a Mark I. And I've already forgotten it was 12 copper ingots. So we need to have a Mark I lift. And since there's only 3, it'll only ever be Mark I belts as well. Can't afford, see? There it goes. There it goes. Let's go over here and swipe some steel-coated plates that look exactly like iron plates from here. Maybe? Thank you. They don't make exactly 100 because 18 doesn't go into 100 an even amount of times. Thank you. I can't remember the viewer, the commenter's name who pointed that out to me when I was complaining about the steamed copper sheets several episodes ago. But that's why. They weren't 100 because I wasn't making it. I didn't have the ability to stack them to 100. Because I think I'd taken some out or something like that, so there was like 90 something in them. Okay, so we need to have a Mark I lift, which I could have just kept in my hands. Right there. And a belt, of course. And then a belt up here, of course. 12 times 3 is 36. Math for dummies. That's me right there. So this is in a very inappropriate spot because it's right where the lift should be. So maybe I'll bring it over here just a bit so that I can get it to aim into there. Come on. Why? There you go. And then we'll take this one out. Reconnect you to you to you. That. This one goes here. And that one connects to here. And that should do it. All 3 are green. Or yellow flashing at least. And of course the manifold method is going to be somewhat problematic, but it's fine. We'll go here. No, one more. There we go. There. And then... why did I go all the way out there? Do I really need to be all the way out there? I don't think I do. I think I want to be basically like in line with that. Input there. Take this back out again. And this one, of course. Okay, so this will be where the wire comes in. The wire is producing at 90 per minute as well. But fortunately, there's only 3 of these. So that's one belt. You know what? I can take this out. We can do it like this. Two. And there. There. 240 means this belt. And then 360 means this belt. Alrighty, so of all of the... you not working, or are you just in the middle of not working? Interesting. Oh, okay. Forgot to hook these guys up. That would help. And yeah, since it's just 12, that's fine. Okay, so we have stuff. Of this iron, or wire rather, not iron. Of this fused wire, 45 of it is going back to cable. So that'll be a Mark 1 belt going into cable. And then we need to be bringing in some rubber. And this is going to be a temporary setup, just like the plastic one is. And I was reminded also in the comments for yesterday's episode that if I have my deconstruction tool and I mouse over the belt, it tells me the material I would get back from the belt, including the material that's on the belt. So, as you can see, that one is rubber, and that one is plastic. I did not need to climb. Right, so, this one, so it's this one, this one. That's not a good spot. I think I'll split it off here and merge back in here, and then I'll just have to make a turn. See, this one's going this way. This is a splitter anyway. Use that again. Going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. And again, this is a temporary setup because we haven't even set up the real refining just yet. And then this is a Mark 1 belt, so we'll take that out. Put in there. And in there. I believe. Yep, that looks good. And this will come down, hopefully correctly. That's surprisingly good. The problem is I think I'm going to have to go above this, up on top of here, and go across and then come down. This is where that limestone was. I have no idea where a good height is for this, though. Well, maybe I'll put some of these down. 2, 3, 4. Maybe that. Maybe right there. I think that's okay. Yeah, that should be okay. Try that again. There. And then come over here. And how do I want to bring this in? I think I want to take it from here. It needs to go from here over to here somehow. And I think the easiest way would be to have stackables. Technically, here would be good. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we can come over here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that can go into there. And this can go like this, which is still just 2 90-degree turns with a belt in between. Clearly. And then we'll come down again, I think. And we'll go here. Down to this is a power pole behind. Yes, even though I didn't put a power pole in. Oh, I did mark it for one. Okay, good. Go to there. Wait, that's 4. That's not going to work out well. I need to go up 1. Or don't I? No, wait. 1, 2, 3. No, that's only 3. Okay, good. There. Into there. Nope, I miscounted. 1, 2. Yes, I did. It goes there. Yes, it does. And this one goes there. And that was just 45. 45 and 30 rubber. So, yes, I was doing the correct thing on with the belts for the rubber. Goes into there. And then this power pole here comes to here. Goes into that machine there. And that should make the cable. Here, you can have that because I don't really need it. Alright, it's going. And that'll come out, and we'll figure out what to do with that when that comes out of there. And then here we need the Alclad. So that's going to be copper and aluminum. As you can see, I already brought the aluminum down and brought a belt across. So the copper can go... I think it's there. I'm going to climb though to make sure. Nope. Ugh. Guess I should have climbed the other side. I'm going to do it where I can see it. There. Invalid shape. Why does it have an invalid shape? Doesn't make any sense. Well, we can fix that, I think, by going here. And then doing this. And then this. Fooled you. Crazy game. Okay. I apparently did not put this one in, though. Alright. And then the aluminum goes here. I think that'll work out right. Yes, that works out perfectly. Let me check the numbers on the Alclad here. It is 45 copper and 120 aluminum, so that should have been a Mark II belt and a Mark II lift. Now it is. And then this is a Mark I belt and a Mark I lift going in. Mark I lift going in. And it was 45... Already forgot what the numbers were. Yes, 45 copper ingots. That's fine to me, Mark 1, and so is that one. It's 22.5 each. Power comes... Have to be offset a little bit. In that case, can I just do... No, because that lifts in the way. I'm going to do this one here, I think. No, wait, it doesn't need to be there. Might be able to be there, actually, because the lift is on the other side. Convenient. And excellent. And this one goes here. Why? Oh, I already put that one in. Oh boy. I did that one, and I need to do that one. Okay. So this is making Alclad Aluminum Sheets. And this will also go to the bus then. Remember, we have a ton of Alclad in a box up there that I need to do something with. I mean, I could shred it, I guess, but I shouldn't. So I think that is all of the sort of tier 1 products. Everything made from ingots. This is still cranking out. No, it's done cranking now. It's just loading up a backlog there. So I need to figure out a way to get all this stuff to the bus, and we also need to figure out a plan for the bus. Before we do any of that, though, I think the next plan would be to work on... Make sure these are working. They are working. The next plan would be to work on the refinery, because that's the rest of the products we need for the bus. And until we have the refinery going, we can't really make a whole lot. So I think we need to head down to the refinery. I have no idea if I have enough materials for anything. Let's see, refinery. Can make 9, 4. I need more pipes at least. Probably more sheets as well. But I can at least grab a couple hundred more pipes from here. Now I have a bunch down in the box at the end probably, but yeah. We could use some aluminum or some copper sheets. I think, because if we're going to run pipes, we're going to need them. But the first thing we need to do is rip up everything. So yeah, that's going to be some work. It's probably good. But we need to come down. We need to actually look at what we need to put together for this. And it's going to be quite extensive. How are we doing on... Okay, this needs to probably come out now. Because we have drained more rubber than we can use, which is probably because we've backed up on... Yeah, on coke. Because we've backed up on the waste fluid here. So hopefully we can get that processed. So I wanted to look at numbers and recipes. I think that's the next best thing to do. And the first recipe we need to look at is actually fairly simple. Well, I guess there's two recipes we need to look at. The first one is very simple, as you can tell because it's made in a constructor. That is the empty canisters. These take in a bit of plastic and they make canisters. Now we need to have a bunch of these sort of cached up and saved as a buffer, but we also need to be able to produce a small amount of them over time. And the reason for that is because my plan is to have a little bit of fuel, packaged fuel, available for the for myself, for the jetpack, or for the vehicles, or whatever, Although I'm going to make batteries, so that's probably better for the vehicles. But, so we need to produce a small amount of these, or be able to add in what we've taken out, at least. So we need that, and that's going to be one of the candidates for the priority merger as well that we talked about a couple of episodes ago. Because the empty canisters are kind of in a feedback loop here, which we'll get to in a moment. We need to use the ones that are in the loop before we make more to feed into the loop. So let's look at the next recipe, and probably most of the recipes, which are going to be in a refinery. The first one is fairly simple, which is packaged water. That just, again, takes in those empty canisters and some water that's on a pipe, which is why we pumped in so much water. Actually, we haven't pumped in the water for these yet. But it takes in the water and the empty canisters and outputs packaged water, which looks like water bottles, like you'd have in a water cooler. So that's that recipe. And then the next recipe we're going to need to look at is, let's see, alternate heavy oil residue. I think. No. Yes. Alternate heavy oil residue. So this one produces 40 heavy oil residue per minute and 20 polymer resin per minute. And we need to use this heavy oil residue to make fuel out of. And then the polymer resin's actually going to be used to make fabric. We're going to make the polyester fabric out of it. So we needed 5.75 of the packaged water refineries, which is insane. It takes that much to package water. These we need 5 refineries. We need 200 total heavy oil and 100 total, or we're going to deal with 100 total heavy polymer resin. The polymer resin is going to also be using one of those prioritizers, but it's going to be in the splitter mode, so that most of the polymer resin goes to making fabric. But once the fabric is backed up, then we need to deal with it some other way, and that way it's going to be a shredder. So there's that. The next recipe is going to be alternate diluted packaged fuel, which takes that heavy oil residue that we're going to have from the other refineries and make it and mixes it with that packaged water and makes packaged fuel out of it. These we are going to need to have. Oh, where is it? Diluted packaged fuel, 5.75 of these refineries. So as you can see, this area is going to get huge fast, very fast. So I'm going to have to lay out some foundations, and of course we're going to have to rip up a bunch of stuff, and we'll have to figure out a layout, and that'll be something to do in the next episode. And then the next recipe we're going to do is called Unpackage Fuel, which is down here. I missed it. Unpackage Fuel. Ah, no. Unpackage Fuel. Here it is. I was looking for the yellow icon for the fuel, and it's not yellow. It's because it doesn't produce the yellow canisters. It produces empty canisters. So this unpackages that fuel. So we took the water, we packaged the water, we've mixed the water with the heavy oil, and outputted packaged fuel, and then this takes in that packaged fuel, and over the course of 5.5 refineries, we're going to return the exact amount of canisters as we started with in the packaging of the water. And out of that, we'll get fuel. And fuel is used for making alternate recycled plastic and alternate recycled rubber. These recipes are kind of fun because they take in a small amount of the opposite product, 1 to 2, and some fuel, also 1 to 2, and they make the product. So you're almost making this from nothing. I mean, you're adding in the fuel, so you're taking really 12 units of stuff in and making 12 units of stuff. But the fuel is produced so cheaply in terms of units of crude oil, at least. Electricity is another matter. That you're almost producing this kind of out of nothing. And then the rubber one is the exact same, except it takes in 6 plastic to make the 12 rubber instead of 6 rubber to make the 12 plastic. And so that is kind of going to be the gist of our refinery. For those, let me look up the recipe here. Actually, there's one more recipe we need to look at. But for those, where's the recipe at? There they are. We need 6 recycled rubber and 5 recycled plastic. And that'll give us a little bit of a surplus in the end, like we saw previously. I'm making sure there aren't any other recipes for here, just the one. And that one is polyester fabric. Again, that takes in that polymer resin that we had, as well as a small amount of water, and makes some polyester fabric. We're gonna need 1.25 refineries of this, and so that's. Oh, I never noticed that happen before. That happens when you click. Fun, a little spark there where you click on the machines. So this is going to make the fabric, which is going to go to making the filters, and then the iodine and fuse filters for nuclear or uranium protection, radioactivity protection. So that's kind of an overview of what we're going to do. I'm going to try and come up with a little bit of a plan between now and the next episode for how to lay out this refinery with those machines. I'll also probably rip up all of these refineries that are here, so that we can be ready to go for the next time. The other thing we also have to do is finish up on the smelting deck the quartz and black powder stuff, so that'll probably be an episode after we finish the refinery rebuild. And that's where we're going to leave it today, so thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.